Whatever you are doing right now, stop, because Minecraft have finally added the Sniffer and more 1.20 features in the latest beta and preview for Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version. We are going to check them all out. Come on, big guy. If you would like to check out these features, you need to be in the version 1.19.70.23. Here is what the community manager, J. Wells Megaspud, had to say. The Sniffer and Archeology are making their way to you soon. Read all about the upcoming Minecraft Bedrock preview and beta here. If you want the official changelog, it is down below. First, cue the sad violin music, please, because note, this week's Android beta version may be delayed. We apologize for the inconvenience and are working to resolve the issue. Honestly, absolutely no idea what's going on between Google and Mojang and Microsoft, but they seem to be having some major problems with the betas on Android devices. Also, we are still working on the tech needed to add some other 1.20 features, such as the cherry blossom biome and armor trims to Bedrock Edition beta and preview. So yes, Java Edition did get these, but Bedrock Edition has to wait a little longer. Starting with experimental features, Archeology Feature Set added the decorated pot block. That is this right here. This is part of the archaeology update that has been introduced to the game. I'll be honest with you, it's a little bit underwhelming, and I do hope that they expand on this. Now, if you want to make this, which is just a regular decorated pot, you need 4 bricks. That is it. Now, the crafting recipe for this is like the diamond shape, and you'll see here that this is just a blank pot, which is exactly like this one. There is a decorated version, which I will show you. A few things to show you. If you break this pot with your hand, it will break the item and you can place it back down. However, if you break this with a pickaxe, an axe, or any kind of tool, it is going to break the item and you have to craft it again. Now, if you do use something like Silk Touch, it will pick up the block. Again, you can break it with your hands. You can break it with a pickaxe if you want to get the blocks back, the items back, and of course, you can break it with Silk Touch. Also, they added 4 pottery shards. We have arms up, skull, prize, and archer. But important, they cannot be crafted and must be found inside of your world. And these are the pottery shards available, which can only be discovered inside of suspicious sands. And we're going to go over all of the features. Here is your regular decorated pot, and here is the actual decorated one, which has all the symbols on it. The archer, the prize, the skull, and the hands up. Now, when it comes to crafting this, you need these 4, and you have to do the exact same as what I showed you with the bricks. They need to be in a diamond shape. It is shapeless is the word to use here. And you can put these in any direction you wish if you wanted to craft these, as you can see. And the outcome is going to be this. Now, same applies. Go to /game mode S. If we break this with our hands, you can actually pick this up. If I was to break it with a pickaxe, it would break the item. If I break it with a pickaxe, you will get all the shards. So at least you're not going to lose the item and you can craft them again. And of course, like previously, you can break it with Silk Touch and you will be given the actual item. When it comes to finding these, you are going to need a new tool. They have added the brush item. Now, I'm just going to say the crafting recipe for this is all wrong. It's basically a string pickaxe. It's 2 sticks and 3 string, and the outcome is going to be a brush. Personally, I think the recipe should be maybe copper and feathers, but at least sticks and feathers. Give feathers a little bit more of a use. String is used multiple times, while feathers really aren't. But I think it should be 1 piece of copper, a stick, and then 3 feathers. Maybe you guys have an idea in the comment section. And this is what it looks like. I'll just show you guys a little bit more detail. I kind of like it. So the animation's a little bit sus. Yeah, the animation's a little bit sus, but this is what the brushing animation is like. Now, you need to use this brushing animation because the developers have introduced suspicious sand. Now, you can get this in creative. However, it does not have any items inside of it. I love the good friend, the Sniffer. He's an exciting feature, trust me. So if we were to use the brush on this, it is just going to break the sand rather than giving you any kind of item. And that is because we need to go to a specific location. And the locations are, they've added suspicious sand to the desert temple, but also added suspicious sand to desert wells. Desert wells became even more, or finally became useful in Minecraft 1.20. Let me show you. You have no idea how long it took me to find this. They're a little bit rarer than you think. Anyway, for these, they're not around the outside. The sand that you need, which is the suspicious sand, is in the middle. Now, I got a little bit unfortunate on this one because when I tested it out on Java Edition, there was either 2 or 3 every single time. This one has only produced 1. Now, you can stand on this and you can brush it while you're standing on it. Anyway, when we begin to brush this, it is going to uncover an item. Now, the loot table for this, well, there's tons of things available. There's emeralds, there's diamonds, there is suspicious stews, I think there's sticks, gunpowder, TNT. There's a whole range of items available. They're not so great inside of a desert well. Inside of a desert temple, they're much better. Let me show you. Anyone who wants a giant desert temple seed, I'll leave the video down below. Honestly, it's one of the best seeds. But anyway, when you manage to stumble across a desert temple, you are specifically looking for a room. Now, this room is located on the ground floor. And you're going to have a little bit of a look around because you're looking for regular sand. We managed to find some here. So underneath here is a secret room. Now, within this secret room is going to be suspicious sand. So if we start breaking these blocks one by one, let's just get ourselves some torches real quick. You will uncover suspicious sand. Now, I want to see what items we get here. Looks like there is a visual bug on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. You can see there it's kind of flickering. But the first time, we managed to get ourselves a shard. Here's another one. So again, I found tons of diamonds in here. But I want to dig out this room and show you how cool it is. This time it's giving us TNT. So let's just keep breaking down this. There's another one here. Let's see what we get inside of this one. Hopefully we get ourselves some diamonds. What's that? It looks like another pottery shard. Yes, it is. Anyway, as you keep breaking your way through this room, you're going to uncover even more suspicious sand, but you're going to uncover a new room. Let me just speed it up a little bit. Managed to find 2 diamonds. Now, while we're digging this out, if I break this block, the suspicious sand will fall and break. It has kind of like a glass sound, but I will show you that in more detail. I'm just going to uncover all of this. There might be a few more suspicious sands available. I found like between 5 and 10 whenever I've dug out a room, but this is like a new room. I know what you're thinking. Dig down. It's going to be very similar to the other room. No, it's not. It's not. Unless they plan to add something down here. There's currently nothing here, and it's just another secret room that they've added inside of a desert temple. I like it a lot, though. It's about time we came here and actually did a little bit of digging and exploring rather than just going all the way down there. There's nothing else available down there, by the way. But yeah, a brand new room, and this is where you can get suspicious sand and your artifact. So when it comes to suspicious sand, if you break it, it just breaks. It cannot be used with a piston. It will disappear. If you break the block underneath it, it is going to smash and break. So it is a really delicate block introduced to the game. Now, a few more things I want to go through here is the developers have said it's a work in progress. We're giving you an early look at these archaeology features. We want to spend more time developing them. Please let us know where you think we could improve. Now, I'll be honest, I think the archaeology stuff is a little bit underwhelming. In terms of the pottery, I would love to see some more artifacts available. I would love to see them dyeable, like we first seen. And yeah, I just think there needs to be a couple of extra features. Maybe you guys have some better suggestions in the comment section. Moving on to mobs, the Minecraft Sniffer. The Sniffer is now available as a new experimental toggle. Let me show you. When you're creating a brand new world, scroll down to experiments, because at the top we have next major update. But if you want to enjoy these features and the Sniffer, you have to turn this feature on. Having it off will not give you the Sniffer. So that's a new one introduced. Kind of strange that they separated them, but nonetheless, you can test out the Sniffer early. New details about this mob. The Sniffer is the mob vote winner of Minecraft Live 2022 and the first ancient mob added to the game. Who knows? They might add more in the future. Sniffers cannot be tempted or tamed. Sniffers are passive, friendly mobs. Sniffer sniffs in the air and occasionally dig for seeds. Here is your Sniffer spawn egg. Let's spawn him in. Here is your Sniffer and all its beautiful form. Check out his sniffing animation. This creature is absolutely incredible. To me, it kind of reminds me of a bloodhound dog, the way they sniff the ground. So this is an ancient mob. It will stumble around. It cannot be tamed. No, it cannot be ridden. And it cannot be tempted either, which I think is a little bit sucky, but it doesn't seem to be as productive as it is on Minecraft Java Edition. On Java Edition, they will actually sniff the floor. They will actually dig up some seeds for you. Just gonna watch these guys a little bit and see if they actually do that.
A few moments later.
Yeah, maybe it's just me, but they don't seem to be working the way they do on Minecraft Java Edition. Anyway, here is a video clip on how they do work on Minecraft Java Edition, which just gives you a little bit of an idea of what you can expect when the Bedrock developers finally make these a little bit more useful. Gotta show you what it looks like when you use the Dinnerbone name tag on them, because it looks like they're climbing on the ceiling. The animation is super awesome. So yeah, I'm glad I voted for this. I'm excited to see how it evolves over time. I would like for it to do a little bit more. Now, in terms of the seeds that you can obtain through this, let me teach you about them. So the Sniffer is meant to produce a new type of seed, and the seed is the torch flower seed, which is now available as an experimental feature. The torch flower seed can be planted on farmland and grows into a flower. The seed can be used to breed 2 sniffers. The fully grown flower can be harvested and replanted, but can also be crafted into dye. So this big guy over here is meant to sniff out these things. Kind of look like banana, I don't know, plants, seeds to me. But you can breed with them. So if you were to put down a couple of these, let's just use that on there. You can actually breed them, and it will produce a baby sniffer, which again is something beautiful to see. Come on, let this guy breathe. Come on. I don't mind. This is the only mob I don't mind ruining today's video. So yeah, they're super cute. They've finally been introduced to the game. Their snout, their animations, their sounds are incredible. Now, like they said, the torch flower seeds. So it's an interesting one, this, because it's not quite what we've seen from the Badgerman, the Roger Badgerman. Now, you guys are going to say, does it light up? / time set nighttime. Unfortunately, the torch flower doesn't actually let off any form of light, which in real life, because this, I believe, is a real life flower, they're meant to. So I'd love to see that introduced to the game. Again, it can be planted on farmland. And if we go to / game mode S and we break this, you can break it off and collect it and use it for decoration purposes. But this thing is actually really, really cool, to be fair, because you put this inside of a crafting table, you can, in fact, turn this into orange dye. Moving on to features and bug fixes. Starting off with some gameplay. Fixed a bug where an allay holding a lead wasn't able to be leashed unless the player held a full stack of 64 leads in its hand. So if you wanted to get an allay and then throw an item which was a lead like this, and then you wanted to hold it and take it wherever you wanted to, unless you had 64 inside of here, it wasn't possible, which I already have 64 inside there. But let's just quickly I can't see. They never fixed leads on Bedrock Edition ever. I swear, it's like the most awkward thing ever. It's going through my head. They never ever fixed that. Maybe one day they will. But let me do this again. Okay, so allay, give it this, and I can now hold it. You don't have to have 64 in your inventory or in your hand anymore. Audio. Sounds from all button types and lever are now controlled by blocks slider in audio settings. Vanilla parity fixed a bug where hoppers would not pull in items after being unpowered from redstone. Ghast's sound volume will now fade the further they are away from the player. So, Ghast, I'm going to place it down over here. It's loud, right? Loud-ish. Come on. Anyway, the further away you go from this, the quieter it gets. Very similar to the skulk changes that we went over in some of the previous betas and stuff like that. So yeah, sounds make sense a little bit more. General fixes. The swap item animation now plays when switching hotbar items of the same type with the same durability. Graphical changes. The loading screen no longer flickers when entering the nether in immersive VR mode. Items fixed. Loaded crossbow staying loaded after shooting. Moving on to mob changes. It says villagers will now emit anger particles when hit by a player outside of a village. So if you were to be mean, and I'm gonna get further away from this. If I was to be mean, find a villager and beat him up, you'll see that it's got angry particles. Doesn't like me. Yeah, that's now a thing. Horses cannot be pushed over fences covered by carpets. When breeding horses, the baby horse now has a chance of being better than its parents in speed, jump strength, and health. This change is intended to make horse breeding a viable way of getting great horses. If a player starts with good parents and puts in enough time and golden carrots. So they've changed how the horse breeding situation works. If I was to breed these now, right? The offspring that they produce, this horse could be faster than them, could jump higher than them, could have better health than them. So I really like this change. I'll be honest with you, I really don't use horses that often, but knowing the fact that I could breed a couple of horses to get a better horse, that makes perfect sense to me. So this little guy could be Racing Stripe. And last but not least, technical updates. Let's read the change log. Kind of missed it, but there was also a user interface change, but there was quite a few technical updates in this week's beta and preview. So if you're interested in the API side or the technical side of Minecraft, the changelog is down below. That's it. The Sniffer is here. Archeology is here. We don't quite have armor trims and we don't quite have the Cherry Grove biome. But if you're interested in those, I did check them all out in Minecraft Java Edition. Again, I think archaeology is a good idea. We waited 2.5 years for this. I just expected a little bit more, and I hope a little bit more will be introduced to this. If you did make it this far, leave a comment down below and just say, oh my god, Echo, the Sniffer is absolutely amazing. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Hey, you can now book me on Cameo. Link is down below.